Uh, Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of Figuring It Out, where artists are out here trying to figure it out every step of the journey. I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Miya Bailey. What's going on, my brother? How's everything going?
Man, I feel good, man. I like this little microphone.
Hey, what's up? And I'm gonna start this thing off with gratitude. One, thank you for your time because I know how important time is. Also, thank you for man, this space to have artists, creatives come in and display their art, create art, and also just in general, just a little bit of history. Like I showed you a while ago, the initial email I ended up coming across you back in like 2007 on MySpace, and I found the email. I was like, God damn, man! They had the old original Maya's art at MySpace and
Yeah,
stuff like
man.
that.
I knew
And
you for a while.
yeah, yeah. And at the time, like, cause from St. Louis, like there's a lot of scratches back home,
Mm-hmm.
and then so I came across. I was like a black tattoo artist actually doing tattoo work that's of high quality, and I was like, oh shit, let me figure it out. I remember you had the telepop music on your MySpace page.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
yep,
see you remember
yep,
that,
yep.
man.
And I reached out, and you were like, I do more, in person stuff like that, respected, but still, just
Yeah.
that connection actually led me. I was all like, I think I came back here in 2012 and got a tattoo by Q Lock. Just a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of history, and then I
Yep.
was like, you know what, I got to move down here.
Yeah.
So definitely thank you once again for that,
Oh,
and
no.
also thank you for Color Outside the Lines. Bro, I need you to do another version
We
of that.
working. We
Just
working
okay,
on it,
okay,
man. We
okay,
working on it. Me and AJ, man. He just had a baby, so
okay,
we'll give
okay.
him some more
Cool,
time
cool,
to
cool,
get
cool,
situated in family life.
cool. So we wrap. We're here because you got another art show coming up. So let's go on and plug that. Talk
Yeah.
about that real quick before we get into some questions.
Hey, yeah, man. My next show is my eighth solo show in my career. It's called Mama, and yeah, it's the eighth one, and
Okay,
it's about protecting the innocent, the inner child, and the loss of innocence.
okay,
So it's like a yin and yang type of show,
okay.
like the loss of innocence era, and then protecting the inner child, which is joy and happiness. You'll see all these reflections in the work.
Gotcha. And how will this one be different from your previous shows?
Each one of them was different. Like the one before that was government cheese.
Okay, yeah,
So in government cheese, I address things that no longer serve me. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up in certain environments, what people call the hood or whatever you want to call it. I mean, you had to learn survival tactics,
okay,
right? And so like and sometimes we'll stay in survival mode way too long than we need to.
gotcha.
And so that show is letting go of like every day I gotta be strapped. Every day I gotta do this. Every day I gotta do this. Now I'm not naive and thinking nobody won't come get me now.
Right,
But the whole thing is like I can't live in that mind state of like a nigga's always gonna come try to rob me or this or that or this and that. I didn't want to stay in a negative mind state. When everybody, like I gotta be cautious, but everybody ain't trying to get me.
okay,
You know what I'm saying? So trying to let go of certain things that no longer serve me. And then the show before that was Twin Flame. It was just, I was dealing with heartbreak, man.
okay.
I lost somebody I really, really liked. Like I really like, I really like, I really like, love them, love them. So yeah. But
Oh,
I lost somebody. You
oh,
know
yeah,
what I'm
got you.
saying? And it was a wake up call for me and
Hmm.
my ego. Like, oh man, you ain't gonna get this one back. You
Okay,
know what I'm saying? So it was something like that. You know what I'm saying?
okay, cool. Good old heartbreak, man. It's the part
Yeah,
joys of being an artist.
it shit shook my world up. but
Gotcha.
but my heart, it closed my heart up for a long time. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? But I'm honest about it. Then I went into that, learning like, damn, the government chief show was like, okay, that shit no longer serves me. The mentality I had with her is probably the reason that I don't have it now. You know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying? So I had to reflect and let go of certain baggage, and this show is to try to touch on joy and match. Like I have a hard time feeling that emotion these days. You know what I'm saying? With so much going on, like I miss laughter and jokes, and people so sensitive, and like it's hard to find that laughter and that joy again, and that
Mm,
inner child. And so that's why I buy toys and comic books and
gotcha.
all these things to keep my inner child alive because when I step into the world, man, they be trying to kill that baby inside of me.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? They be trying to kill that inner child. So it's like, like I don't know. I'm trying to keep as much of my mind alive as I possibly can,
Gotcha.
and I'm trying to find them because I don't even know if the motherfucker's still alive.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for me to get that joy. I mean, I can. Did I laugh this week? I got to think about it. Did I laugh this week
Mm,
about something? I did. I laughed about some stuff, but You know, like sometimes it's crazy. Like some people laugh every day.
Gotcha.
I don't. I used to laugh every day, but now I don't. You know what I'm saying? It don't have nothing to do really with my life at all. Too. It's just how other people I allow affect me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So now I'm trying to set these healthy boundaries and all these things.
Well, I will say, plug it. Come out to Thursday comedy. Get you
come
at least
out.
once a week.
Yeah, man.
Come out Thursday
I'm just
night.
there, so
Oh, got you.
I've popped down when I can. I be tattooing, doing the comedy nights,
Gotcha.
but I do pop up. And it should be funny,
right? So I will ask, since I did see your parents in the documentary, Colossal, how are they doing?
Well, my father passed away.
Okay, man, my condolences.
But if you watch the documentary Broken Stories, if you get a chance,
okay, I'm going to check that out.
Check out Broken Stories. That kind of touched onto my father passing and me coming into manhood.
Okay.
My dad lived a crazy wild life, so like I used to be sad when I think about it. Now I think about like, oh, he lived like exactly the way he wanted to live.
Gotcha.
So I'm not like distraught about it. Like he on another plane or a new life or whatever happened to my dad. So after he passed and transitioned, like I know for a fact that he lived the life he wanted to live.
Gotcha. So how long ago was that when he passed?
Man, shit, I don't even time go by quick.
And I just asked it because
probably about maybe like, dang, when I opened up Notch 8 Gallery.
Okay.
Whatever year that was, when I opened up Notch 8 Gallery, he passed away the day I got the keys.
Okay, man.
So
yeah.
it was like that was the transition. It was like, but maybe I needed him on the other side to protect me, but on the business side of things that, because that didn't work out business wise, but he protected me. I can feel that.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I lost my father 2 years ago.
Okay.
2022, and nah, man, you good. That's the thing you learn as a man. You learn a lot through grief, and I heard a good quote by Joe Budden that said, like, when you lose your father, like you lose that crutch. Like how usually like you go to your father for like almost everything, how to be a man, like the code, like how to deal with girls, how to deal with like all these things. And then once your father leaves, it's all on you.
Yeah.
And so it's all like you're trying to figure, and that's what I had to learn. And then especially, I feel like my dad, he's on the other side passing me the codes. Yeah. It's like I see him like everywhere I go. Yeah. I get a reminder of like his prayer. Because that first year was hard. It's a lot of grieving, a lot of pain. I went back to my vices, drinking, drugs. And then I made a decision. I was like, no, I can't keep doing it. So it was like this year number 2 has been more healing. So I did choose sobriety so I can, see a lot of things more clear.
And feel it.
Yeah. And feel like Kendrick was all like, you don't really grieve unless you're sober. Yeah. So yeah. So if you want to, how would you say your grieving process was?
Man, when Dad died, like I said, I was building Notch 8. So, I stayed busy doing art. Now, I probably wasn't the most healthy way. I'm going to be realistic. I probably wasn't the most healthy way because I'm just really like hiding and grieving and like I'm hiding grief and I'm not really truly mourning. I'm just kind of covering everything up with work. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. So that was like probably not the best thing to do. It felt like it was the best thing to do, stay occupied and busy and stuff and not feeling, and wallowing in sorrow. But it probably wasn't the most healthy thing because when like Samba, remember Samba?
Yeah,
when Samba passed away, it rocked me a little different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It rocked my world a little different. And that's when I had to really like process pain and process mourning and stuff.
Who do you have anybody you can like? Because I got my little brother. I got somebody I could talk to on a regular about what I'm dealing with, the pain and the grief. Do you have anybody in your life that you feel like you can be totally vulnerable with?
Yeah, I do. I got some good people in my corner. I can be vulnerable with my man, Mr. Soul.
Okay, dope.
Kevin, I can be with Soul. I can be vulnerable with Artemis, with AJ. Okay. And my brother. You know what I'm saying? My brother Day Day. It's some people in my life that I feel like I can be vulnerable with. Some my brothers. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I look at them as my brothers. I don't look at them as my friends. AJ and Soul, and my brother Day Day is my blood brother. Same mom and dad, but. I look at all my brothers as like the people who my crushes, and they're probably the only 3 men that can check me. Okay, like, "Ma, you fucking up, shut up, you doing too much, do this and that, calm down, relax, take a breather." Like they can check me on things, and a lot of and I respect what they say. Yeah, as men.
I got you. Yeah, because I'm like with my little brother, I'm more the wild one, and then my brother's a way more grounded self, and I always thank him like, thank you for keeping me balanced and being able to be that one, because being a man, they don't understand like it ain't unless you, like for you to then to tell us stuff like you got to either like surpass us or been through more stuff, see more stuff, so definitely is important to have that. What do you feel like? What do you feel like you've had to be checked on in your life? Like, when were you thinking like you were viewing things one way, and then somebody came in and like, "Hey, this ain't it."
So, so for example, when an accident happened with Corey,
Okay.
when Corey got brain damage, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So that right there was like seeing your boy with brain damage. It fucked me up, and I wanted to blame everybody, even person the person he got into it with. I wanted to blame him. I wanted to blame the people who knew him, who let him work, who let him do this. Anybody who was close to him, I looked at it like everybody was my aunt.
Gotcha.
And that was the wrong way to think that, because everybody, then when you learn later on, like, oh shit, that happened to my brother, but it could have been avoided, and then you get the full everything. You like, damn, damn. So I'm probably not in a place to really like, like, probably face to face to talk to some of the people who's in the middle of that yet, because I was still kind of fresh to me.
Gotcha.
But I do want to have a point where I'm mature enough, emotionally mature enough to sit there and have a talk with him like a man, like, like, we gotta forgive, bro. Like, you can't, like, I'm not trying to forgive somebody for them. I'm trying to forgive for me, because I know how I am. I feel like somebody fucked me over or turned on me, I can be petty, bro. And my friends would check me on that.
Gotcha.
Like, look, man, like, you can't do that or this and that, or, like, my man AJ cool with everybody. He cool with people I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't like that motherfucker. I don't like that nigga. I don't like that bitch.
Gotcha.
Nigga. But he's still, he cool with it because he can see it from another point of view that I can't see it.
Okay.
But some people do something so much that, like, hey, if you cool with this person, I can't be cool with you.
Okay.
And I'm still working on that part. But if a person, like, if I feel like a person real fucked up and you can't see their morals and you still hang with that energy, then I cut you off.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's a bad thing, a good thing, but I know that my boys check me when they feel like I'm being wrong about something. You know what I'm saying? I don't got the type of, I don't have no yes man type of motherfuckers. They can be like, look, nigga, you fucking up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I straighten up. You know what I'm saying? Artemis used to check me. Artemis would check me about women. You know what I'm saying? AJ check me about some women and shit.
Gotcha.
Be open minded. You can't judge her or this and that. And I'm like, man, fuck that bitch. But AJ like, you can't talk like that, can't think like that. You gotta be a little bit more mature. People go through things and stuff, and you gotta look it through an open mind. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So he the only one that can check me and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
And I wanted to pivot to the art and figuring out, but since we brought up women, I know you did, and I do respect you for bringing it on your platform, just talking about the big problem that is in the artist community nobody wants to talk about, and that is sexual assault, that is rapes that are going on. There's like the fact that women coming in spaces they don't feel comfortable, feel safe. There's dudes out here doing things, and it's like it's hilarious because there's times I've seen things pop up on social media about accusations, and then the motherfucker go away for a while, and then people don't have. It's like, what happened? Yeah. So, what led you to speak out, and like what led you to speak out? We'll start there.
What started speaking out? So I get this screenshot on my phone, right? Somebody sent me a text message, it was a screenshot, right? Came from this tattoo shop. They sent it to me. And it was a report from a Reddit report, right? And it started off with like respectable tattoo artists in Castleberry Hill area. Man, look, now if a sentence start off like that, who are you thinking about first?
You?
Yeah, right. Yeah. But
Okay.
it's multiples though. Gotcha. It's not just me. It's multiples, right? So I'm looking at like, damn, man, that shit is not me. You know, like everybody know how I get down. So that's not in my character. But someone who don't know me like that could have confused me about things like that. So then I was like, yeah. When I heard the things, I was like, and I approached this person I thought it was, and I asked them about it, and they were like, no, it ain't me, it's this other person. I was like, okay, cool. It's you saying it's him, the other person saying it's you. So both of y'all pointing fingers, right?
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna make a post so I can get all the information. I want to know if someone under my roof was assaulted or harassed or any of this stuff. I want to know.
Gotcha.
And so I made a post and I got all the information I needed.
Okay.
Women came out, the ones that felt safe enough to approach, because every woman didn't feel safe enough to talk to me about it because they don't really know me. And I understand that. I got to respect someone who don't feel comfortable to come to me about certain things. They don't know me like that to do that. They might thinking, oh, that's his boy, so he might take the side of the boy. They don't know me enough to know my moral code.
Gotcha.
So I gotta, I did bother me. Some people didn't feel safe enough to do that because, if you know me, then you know how I feel about the protection of women, which is not rooted in just because I want to be a tough man. It's rooted in my own trauma.
Gotcha.
In my own, seeing my mom abused as a child. And I'm like, I never want to be in a situation where I hurt, where I would see another woman that happened to another woman like that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to picture it. I don't want to think about it. Like, so like my trauma probably was the reason I'm so protective of the women close to me. And then some of the women who felt like I didn't have their back, it was the women who wasn't that close to me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know certain things. And then people got assumptions like for example, I don't know what you do in your bedroom. Right? I don't know what you do when you leave here. Mm-hmm. How would I know how to vet you if I let you in my space? I wouldn't know how. It's almost impossible to do certain things in a public space. You won't know how someone truly is, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's why I made the post, because I'm like a reflection on like, hold on, man, y'all confusing me with this nigga.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah. I don't like the nigga either. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Like, but nobody don't know this because when I beef with a nigga, it's none of their business.
Gotcha.
Like, when I'm really beefing, you don't put a real beef. You don't put on the internet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because who's gonna help me if something really go get ugly? None of my fuckers, they gonna talk, but they ain't gonna help me raise my daughter from prison.
Gotcha. Right.
So it's just like, that's why when I got beef with somebody, it's none of their business. Mm-hmm. I think everybody can figure out who I got beef with. You know what I'm saying? It's all take rocket science, but realizing that common sense ain't common sense. I learned that a long time ago because, I had this conversation last week with probably about 9 of the women from that post. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And they just had a whole bunch of assumptions. And, Maya, you had to know this. Maya, you know that. Y'all friends, y'all this and that. And I'm like, not really, no. I mean, don't confuse a Color Outside the Lines or a movie or something because we work together or we went on a tour together or we did this together. That don't make us friends. That's work.
Right.
And a lot of people confuse my life like my life ain't work. I got a whole life outside of this shit. Like a whole entire life. Like children and grandchildren and friends and family and people I love very much. They don't have shit to do with this space.
Gotcha.
I prefer my family and friends be completely separated from where I do business at. Gotcha. So it's just like, it's like people just assume that I know something. Like, this is my life. No, this is my job.
Gotcha.
And I know how to separate and compartmentalize all things.
Gotcha. Yeah, even my little brother, man, I know him better than I know anybody else in my life. But then there's times, because of ego, because of shame, a lot of times we'll literally have like, hey, yo, we call it naked time. Mm-hmm. And this is where we're confessing, like, I believe I'm a Bible reader, so confessing my sins to my brother, you're healed. So there are times where I'm like, I might have been ashamed about something I've done or thought, whatever. I'm like, hey, this is what I've done. And we talk about it. And then, we teach each other lessons and we keep it moving. So I think there needs to be, well, first of all, people need to start being honest with themselves and like their vices. And a lot of, especially drug use, be having these brothers and women too, both sides, that be approaching people in the wrong way. So I'm definitely glad you have at least taken the step to bring that up. So let's brighten it up a little bit. Talk about some art.
It's all good. Whatever you want to talk
about. You good?
I like to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned one thing about last week. Motherfuckers don't know me.
Gotcha.
Like I talk about the same shit all the time, so people know my community work, but they don't know me as Maya. They just know Miya Bailey. They don't know Maya though. They don't know my fears. They don't know my phobias, my traumas, how I love, how I don't. How I don't really care for people that much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody just see, Maya must like people. No, nigga, that's my job. I have to go to work. It's not my, I prefer solitude and peace over anything at my age than a whole bunch of people around me and stuff. If the people around me, they got to be somebody who inspire me, I personally like to be around, or we making money together.
Gotcha.
I'm not really big on small talk.
Gotcha. So, you brought that up. So it's kind of a two-parter. Mm-hmm. So what have you had to figure out as being in the position you are? And then also, what is the hardest part of being in your position? Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah, man.
And so what's the hardest part that people don't understand? Because we look at you and it's all like, oh, you do this and that. But what keeps your wheels spinning?
what keep my wheels spinning, I truly like, since I have a hard time feeling joy and happiness at times, I truly, honestly love to see people smile.
Gotcha.
Like, it's not nothing more than that. Like, I'm not trying to do this to make $1 million to be rich. You know, I'm trying to make my own money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do it for the money. I do it because I truly just want to see people make it. That shit is dope to see a young artist bloom and blossom and turn to something and help other people. That make me feel good. And that's basically it. Like, people don't know that. People are like, you know, but some people might think I'm doing it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might think I don't know why. I don't know. But I want people to know, like, about me, like, I'm a regular, everyday human being. It's not easy. But the reason I don't stress out about work is because I know this is not my life.
Gotcha.
You understand? Like, my life, and now my mom and my kids and all these people bringing up work at we having lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off because I'm like, now it's affecting my world. You know what I'm saying? But I don't consider going to work as my world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this because I want to see it, and I know how to disconnect from it when it's time for me to disconnect from it.
Gotcha.
You know? But I'm off topic.
No, I know I was kind of a little bit confused, but no, I can think you kind of hit on the head. Just like, what have you had to figure out this person that owns properties and tattoo studio and known in the art community? Like, what are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out, like, my tribe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if do my tribe still exist?
Gotcha.
You know, am I the last of my Mohicans? Is it only me, Soul, and, you know, a few people? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is it? You know,
Gotcha.
So I'm still trying to figure out the people who truly love me and got my back. Gotcha. I don't know that shit yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, doing stuff like the situations and stuff, the allegations and stuff in the streets about people I know. You know, when I seen people link me up with motherfuckers they haven't seen me with in like 13, 14 years, and put me in the same category, that was an eye-awakening experience. Like, yeah, some of these people truly don't have my back.
Gotcha.
And they won't speak up for you at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way, I mean, like, I would give my life for some of these women. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a stranger on the street, it could be a homeless lady. If I see something happening, I'm going to step in. I know I'm risking my life by stepping in.
Gotcha.
But as a male, I don't have that type of protection and safety. I don't never feel safe, bro. I never felt safe. I never felt like, who gonna die for me? Who would lay their life for me? Nobody. So I gotta be like, it's only me. But, you know, when somebody speak up for my character, to me, that's like picking up a sword for me.
Gotcha.
And if I see somebody pick up and talk about my character in private or publicly in my honor, yeah, man, I'm gonna give my all to them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't ask nobody to be a warrior. Gotcha. Everybody can speak. Right, you know what I'm saying? You can speak. And at this time, I seen a lot of people that really helped out didn't speak on my character as a man when I needed them to. Gotcha. And that right there was enough lesson. Like, okay, I'm about to turn 50, and guess what? Those people not going to be in my life at 50 to whatever times I got left on this earth. Gotcha. And it's just and I needed that to kind of push me like, hey, I don't need to be helping all these people. I just need to be focused on the people that truly got my back. Right. And I was doing a lot of community work, and I was doing it because I like to see them smile, but these same people I seen smile didn't have my back. And I had to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, well, y'all seen somebody trying to tear me down. Y'all know how I feed my family. Y'all know how I feed my community. Y'all let them to do it. Y'all didn't defend me like I would defend y'all honor. Thank you for showing me your face. Right. Thank you for showing me, because your silence let me know how you feel about me. So don't come to me asking me for shit. Gotcha. And that's it.
Yeah, and I really hate that it's got to be like that. Like, I remember I saw I was at Tuskegee graduation. I think it was like 2016. Saw Tyler Perry speak, and he said his hardest battles with his own people. Yeah. And I was like, right then and there, whatever feelings I might have had about him, I was like, you know what? Yeah. I gotta, because like you just be thinking like, why am I bad? It's like, yeah, it's just one of the things. It's like calculus to me, man. Yeah. I mean, I get it where it comes from, but at the same time, it's like it ain't got to be like this.
I really love to see people do good. Yeah. Like, it's nothing I don't never, even my enemies, I don't want to see hit rock bottom. Not even my enemies, bro. Mm-hmm. And I got some enemies, and I be like, man, I still don't want to see my enemies go rock bottom and lose their life. Even though our love is gone, I still don't want to see the demise of another black man.
How do you think? Because when I look at art beefs, I laugh. I really laugh because you be thinking like, we should be able to like, you talking about a break dance earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, we should just get the break dance battle it out, or have like an art battle or something like that. But battle like that. But like, how do you think what goes into a lot of these beefs, especially with amongst us artists?
Hoes. I'm gonna be real. The hoes. It be the hoes. It be the groupie. It be the girls jumping from one artist. They fuck with this artist, and that artist pillow talk with him, with her. And then she got all this information because this artist felt he could be vulnerable. Oh man, I can talk to you about my problems and all my fears and my traumas, and you can cry with this hoe. And next thing you know, she going to your homeboy and say, "Look about this nigga and look about him. This how he be getting down." And then she go to the next nigga and get his information. And then now it's tension between brothers, and that's what it is, man. It's like no consideration or moving with these, like, it's a lot of sexual predators in this business, and I'm not talking about just men.
Right.
There's some women out here who's sexual predators. When you preying on the ignorance of somebody, it's like, hey, I didn't know you was like that, and then you open up to yourself to that person, and then you find out that this person, just like everybody else out here, like on some old hoe shit.
Right.
Yeah, man. That a lot of times start the beef.
Gotcha.
And then the jealousy start beef. Like another person see another person doing good, they feel like they should be in that position. That started up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm better I can paint better than this person. I can draw better than this person. I can tattoo better than this person. I should be in this position. And then they're not thinking. You know? And my mind state is like, yeah, you might be more talented than me, right? Right? But you got the it factor?
Right.
Do you treat people kind? How's your personality? You outgoing?
Right.
Like, what is it that's stopping you from doing this if you're so much better than me?
Gotcha.
You know, why does the universe favor me and not you? Maybe you're not ready to get your blessings because you're not ready spiritually or mentally to get them yet.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I know when I got my blessings, some of the blessings, like I know for a fact, if I got my first million too early, I was on the Tupac shit. I went to war. I would have went to war, bro. Like, I would have used money in a negative way to get my revenge or my payback or my pettiness on my enemies.
Gotcha.
You understand? So God didn't give me none of those. Give me my resources then. He let me mature first. He let me say, Maya, let that shit go. And then guess what? Next thing, when I got it, I know how to use it. And I used it for a better, I used it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know if I would have got my first million too early, I've been strung out on drugs. I was like coming out the army and just like the struggle of like you chasing highs, and I got caught up, the Molly era, Coke, Xans, that pill era. And I knew if I would have had access to that too much, it'd been a wrap for you, boy. So I definitely understand that. So speaking of vices, what have some of your vices that kind of could have derailed this whole situation?
Some of my vices?
Yeah.
My vices, I really was addicted to guns, bro.
Okay.
Like,
oh yeah, your little shooter. I remember. I used to use the shit.
Yeah. Them shooter days are over. My shooter days are over. I hope so. I hope they're over. But I was more into like my vices was like fighting and yeah, I took it there every time.
Gotcha.
Like I didn't have like, oh, okay, you disrespect me, I gotta shoot you. I disrespect me, I gotta punch you in your mouth. Like that's what it was for me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like my vices was not. When it comes to another man, I didn't have the discipline to have empathy and compassion. You know what I'm saying? Like if a man disrespected me, you know what I'm saying? Like my first thing is to knock him out or do whatever, and then we can talk about it after we did that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? That's a really bad thing. And then probably like, I smoke weed. Is that a vice?
I mean, you're good as long as it don't mess up the money. That's pretty much or.
But I don't think I had any vices that affected my money.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like my vice was money. You know what I'm saying? My vice was making the money of something like that. And I think I can call that a vice because I neglected my family. I neglected some of my children.
Gotcha.
I neglected my friends because I was so tunnel vision that I only wanted to reach $1 million. Like I was trying to reach my first. and I was really trying my best. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I gotta make some money. I gotta do this. And then I realized once you got there, it wasn't even enough money to do shit. Like, it's not even enough.
Right.
And then you go talk like, now I need another one because this will solve my problems. Because you know,
yeah,
man.
my vice was pussy. Because it pretty much like I love my mom. Our relationship has definitely gotten better. But she's an accountant. She was a Capricorn, so she's very that affection that my dad. I'm fortunate enough I got a lot of affirmation from him. But that chasing that affection that I should have got from my mom, I chased it through other women and shoot. Wow. So
yeah, I think about that. I don't think pussy was a vice for me, but I know for a fact that when I was out there being a hoe and shit, that it wasn't about the pussy. I learned that it was a deeper meaning. I was looking for intimacy and love, like trust. Yeah. I was looking for intimacy, somebody I can truly trust and be with. It wasn't even about the sex, man. And then once I realized that, it really wasn't about that. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah.
I get it. Yeah, because
I wouldn't call it advice because it didn't affect me. It didn't affect my life, but it did affect. It did jade me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It did make me colder emotionally because I'm giving energy and time to women who couldn't even nurture me back or who couldn't help me get where I needed to get in life. And so I had to make mistakes that way, and I lost some good women because of my shit.
Yeah, I think that's where it went from the pussy to wanting that affection, and then trying not to be jaded because, like, when I was after my dad died, like I didn't have. I remember I was dealing with a young lady at the time, and I was like, I literally looked. I was like, my dad just died, and she had that face like she didn't know what to do with the real emotions. And I was like, you know what, you can just go because if you can't just be here, and it's like I'm never needy of a woman because fortunately grew up teaching me to be very independent, but never having that like hold a nigga, rub my head, and say, "Hey, baby, it's gonna be okay. Go get him, killer." So yep.
And every man need that shit. Yep. Every man need that shit. I need. Like even now having conversations today, I was like, man, you need a motherfucker need a woman that's gonna keep him focused.
Gotcha. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know everybody want time and kick it and want to go to the movies and hang out and do this and do that and do that, but like if you keep skipping work to have these little things, you ain't gonna be able to enjoy the rest. Like it's just not smart to do all the time. Gotcha. And you need a woman that's gonna understand. Like, hey man, I gotta put my head down for a second. You might don't hear from me for a few days, and you gotta be okay with that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? And my head is down. I'm grinding, gotcha. And I'm gonna be in the zone for a while. And if your presence, if you do want to come around and help. You gotta be like willing to wash some paintbrushes off and roll some blunts up or something. You can't just be sitting around like me stopping to have a conversation with you. It's not reality, and it's gonna affect my deadline.
Gotcha. So speaking of the paintbrushes, what's your favorite? What's your favorite type of brushes to use? What's your favorite type of paint to use?
I like Amsterdam acrylic.
Shout out to Amsterdam.
Yeah, I like Amsterdam acrylic, but I shouldn't be dropping nothing. They don't pay.
They need to pay us. Yeah, to come up, get the percentage.
But my favorite thing before paper, I really like drawing more than painting. Okay. But painting paid me more money.
Gotcha.
People don't. I mean, but I just started coming up with a way to blend illustration and paintings at the same time. So, like, I did it at the show we did with Whack November Nights. I did 2 pieces for that show. They sold out that night. And I think I found my medium, like a mixture between this. I'm a painter and I'm an illustrator. I wanna feed both of those sides of myself. Gotcha. I found a nice little blended media that you'll see in this new show.
Gotcha. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
So I love pen and ink.
Okay.
Like, I love working with ink.
See, when did you recognize that gift? Because growing up, in all honesty, I could not stand y'all drawing niggas. Y'all niggas that could literally see something like this and draw it for scale, whatever. I remember in school, we had a drawing project. I remember I used to pay some dude to do the work for me. And it's like, thank God for a Basquiat doc to deconstruct all that thinking, but it kept me away from art. So when did you recognize that you had that gift?
My mom recognized it.
All right.
My mom recognized it. And when she recognized it, the teachers also recognized it, and they started putting me on these art contests. Okay. My thing was boxing. I like boxing. So I was like really big into boxing, and that was my thing. But then, like my self-esteem built in art. Okay. Because people were like, oh, you can be an artist. Everybody told me that. It wasn't even really my idea at first. it was just I heard it so much that it just became part of me.
Okay.
You know, my thing was more like community building, and I was on some revolutionary shit. I was on some revolutionary shit. You know, I was thinking more like freeing my people, and but art was the thing that helped me feed. I was a teenage father, and art helped me feed my baby.
How old were you when you had your first one?
Huh?
How old were you when you had your first child?
I was 16-year-old father.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was 19 when I had my first.
Yeah, so it was just like I learned these things. I knew for a fact then art was gonna be my thing because I fed my babies for art, you know. And then when it was time so slow and hard, man, off the streets, had my back and fed me. But I knew I couldn't keep doing that, and I put if I put 100% in the art and I was good to it, it'd be good to me back. Gotcha. And that's what happened.
So what was when you made that transition from Asheville to Atlanta? What were your thoughts? What were your fears before you moved down here?
I didn't really. My fears is that's stupid. I was a hood kid. I was thinking like, damn, who my baby mama be fucking with when I'm gone? Like, damn, she was driving me crazy. Who gonna be around my babies? That was my fear. It wasn't Atlanta. It was more about like me leaving my baby mom, my daughters and shit, and wondering who's gonna be around my children, man. That shit drove me to an ulcer in my stomach. Boy, I was fucked up when I first moved out here because I was really thinking about my children and their safety and could I get them out the hood? Is that possible? Their mom will let me do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of stuff. It was more about the stuff going at home than anything in Atlanta. When I moved to Atlanta, I thought this was pure heaven.
Gotcha.
Like I moved here in '94, bro. It was Freaknik. Got my first Freaknik. Like I moved down here. I mean, shit. Like I think the second week I met 2 girls and shit, man. Me and them 2 girls had some fun.
Hey.
It was just like crazy. I was like, I like Atlanta. Like Atlanta pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It's free. I could be myself. I didn't have to be all hard all the goddamn time. I ain't like, and back home, like if you got beef with a nigga, you gonna run into him. Here, if somebody live in College Park and you in Stone Mountain, you ain't running into that nigga. So it was just so much peace and just, I don't know. I felt way safe in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
I felt way more safe in Atlanta than I ever felt in my hometown of Asheville. Okay. Gotcha. So it was just like I had to get used to feeling safe. You know what I'm saying? And once I felt safe, then I could be myself. And once I was myself, it attracted everything I needed to be. I didn't have to be a street nigga. I didn't have to be this. I didn't have to be that. I could just be myself. And it attracted everything I needed to myself, man. Just being who I needed to be, me. And I was honest and transparent. I don't want nobody to look at me as perfect. I don't want nobody to look at me as almighty. I don't want nobody to look at me as nothing. I want you to look at me as a transparent, honest man that sometimes got a little nigga in him.
Gotcha.
But I'm still a man first. Got a little bit of work I need to do on myself. That's the nigga part.
Right.
And I'm doing the best I can. And only doing the best I can because no one ever done what I'm doing before me. I don't have any blueprint to show me the way.
Shit, you don't. How do you navigate in this space now? Because I don't see any other versions of you, the other variants. Like, who do you turn to like, you feel like you on this lone wolf? It's like, you have anybody, like, whether it's like,
I don't really got nobody. Okay. Like, I can talk to, I talk to Wack. Okay. And I talk to Charlie Palmer and, W, all the greats and stuff. But I only can talk to a level of art.
Gotcha.
Or, big brother to me. Or they big brothers to me and they can talk to me about stuff. But had they ever been in a position where they built a community center? Gotcha. And operating when it's a public place and anybody who publicly walk into your space and they do something crazy, you get blamed for it.
Gotcha.
I don't have none of that experience. Like, I don't have anybody to show me the way on that. I'm doing it. It's the first of its kind. And it's going to be some hiccups and there's going to be some flaws. And that's where you got to make mistakes so you can make a handbook or a policies and stuff. Hey, I won't know nothing until it happens. You know what I'm saying? I won't know. Gotcha. I won't know. So it's just like, this is the first thing of its kind. So, but I know one thing, no one give you grace when it's you the first of your kind.
Right, right.
They're going to let you, like, it's hard to publicly grow. It's hard to publicly make mistakes and people got to see it. You know what I'm saying? And people judge you based off that because you're in a public eye.
Gotcha.
And I got to live with that shit, But like I said, this is work. And that's why I always protected my life, my private life. And people can judge me because they don't have enough answers to say, You know, who was Miya with every night? Who he lay with? Who is his lady? Who is this? What happened to her? What happened to her? What happened to this person? Well, they don't
Everything
know.
but the art.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck, you know. And so to me, it's like you judging me based off a few Instagram posts.
Gotcha.
Because that's the only thing I'll give you is a couple of Instagram posts or some Facebook posts. What you gonna get from me? You don't know my children. You don't know Miya. You just know Miya Bailey the brand. You only know what I show you, and you don't know me as a human being, as a person with flaws and fears and phobias and self doubt or self esteem. Or you don't know none of this stuff about me.
Gotcha.
So you know, but like you say, hey, we the crown. And it's something my grandma told me that, and I live by that shit. Like I can handle it. This ain't real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is business life. Like real life is, you know, my friend just lost her son last week. You know, my friends just lost their son. Like every time I get a phone call from Asheville, my anxiety get up. Every time I see an 828 number, I feel anxiety because somebody gonna tell me that one of my friends dead or one of my friends' sons died in violence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's real life. My best friend just lost his son in a car wreck. That's real life to me. This little rumor shit, man, that shit like gnats to me, my nigga. I don't give a fuck about
I get it.
Shit.
I totally, I tell people, you text me, please.
Yeah.
Because phone calls, like, since I've been out the army, been out 11 years, I done lost 12 homies to suicide.
Yeah.
It's all, I don't get it. Yeah.
That's sad. I lost friends to suicide.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
Definitely.
That's life.
Yeah, that's
like
that's
somebody
the realness
about your art form of how you do a community search, a free community space. Man, I don't give a fuck about their opinions. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really. That's like I'm gonna be flawed. This is the first one of its kind. If you got a complaint, won't you help me?
Right.
How about you? If you ain't about the money for me, so it shouldn't be about the money for you. Why don't you come and help me since you got all these solutions and ideas how to do a free public space for artists and for free, and you don't make any money from it. Show me how much time you can put into it. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of space and where we are, and I see the chess moves that the city of Atlanta is trying to make. What do you see the future of this area, Peter Street Station, City of Ink, like in the Atlanta space? I would say 5 years from now, because I see they trying to price niggas out.
Yeah, but if you live in Castleberry Hill, you can afford to live in Castleberry Hill. That's one thing about Castleberry Hill. They consider it because downtown is outside hoods, but you still got to make a certain amount of money to live in Castleberry.
Gotcha. I think you good. Nah, you good. You still got the light. No, you good. You still good. Yeah. It's all good.
But yeah, I don't see like everybody say what y'all gonna do. Like we own our buildings. Okay. So it's like shit. You know. I hope nobody don't sell out. You know, sell their building.
Gotcha.
You know, but how I'm telling you how I be feeling some days, bro. Like this whole entire thing where people try to group me with niggas. They don't even know me just because. Oh, I see you with him. You guilty.
Right.
I was like, yo, I'm doing this shit with good intentions and good heart. I'll sell this motherfucker and cash out.
Where would you move to? Where if you could just get away, like
London and Tokyo.
London. Okay.
Yeah, I love London. I ain't been to Africa yet. So
I haven't. Okay.
Africa yet, but I want to go to Africa. But I really love Tokyo and I really love London. Okay. So I can see two cities I can live in for sure and have a good life with less stress. You know, do my artwork, don't have to worry about community work, and just make paintings and tattoo what I want to, and live off my millions that I sold these properties for.
Hey, get it how you live, man.
I don't want I still love my people, bro.
Gotcha, yeah.
Even though I'm not a people person, I can't say that, but I love my people, and I love to see young artists get opportunity to shine and show out and support their families, man. That shit is dope, man. That shit is so dope to me. My boy Petey just had a baby.
Okay. Dope. That's what's up.
He had a baby, and he can defeat his baby selling art. Man, I guarantee the first one in his family to do that shit.
Right.
That shit's fly, bro. My man Q about to have a baby. Okay. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? AJ just had a baby. He's the baby selling art, bro, and doing art and creating art. That shit dope.
Well, so with that, we're going to start closing this out. Okay. But last few questions. All right, so let's say, what would you say to your artist freshly moving to Atlanta? How would you tell them to move if they're taking this brick of cocaine in their head, which is art, and how would they sell it?
How would they sell art?
Yeah, sell it. Yeah, how would they?
So I see you talk about cocaine. So how I do things, right? I set a goal. Like if I'm doing a show, I set a goal. Like say, hey, I want to make $100,000. I make $100,000 worth of art,
Mm,
and then I understand my demographics. I say, okay, recession, whatever, the economy kind of fucked up, or somebody might like. I know a lot of people live in apartments or
mm,
small spaces. That means, I mean, I might can't do a fucking painting that huge. I
gotcha.
might can move something smaller, and if I can do something smaller, then I can move it for I can charge smaller prices.
Mm-hmm.
So I break it down like $100,000 worth of art might look like a $200 $50 painting, a 250 sketch and drawing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I move up to a $300 one, $400, $500 painting, $300 one. I mean, keep going up all the way up to $10,000 worth of whatever. So the highest price point might be $10,000 painting. Then I might have your $5,000 painting, your 6,000. Then I'm go all the way down to 250. Somebody's gonna afford for one of these price points.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Now the difference is how much time I spent on each one,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. Nothing more than that. So a lot of artists like, I need to do these paintings, and I'm gonna charge this much for them, and this much. A lot of times they charge that much because the gallery taking 50%,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, if I was an artist, if I don't want to charge that much to my people, because it might be harder to move, it might be fucking cheaper just to open up your own gallery,
Mm.
and then you make 100% profit.
Dope,
You know
dope,
what I'm
dope.
saying? And that's how you can make some money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like every art, I never made it. I did it. Every art show I made over
Hmm.
$50,000, and that's
Dope.
in a night.
Okay.
So it's just like if I can do that, and I'm not over knocking nobody's head off, I can have more pieces and more homes, and that advertises itself.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do a show, and every show I do 40 to 50 pieces of art, and all of them sold, that's 40 to 50 homes with an original piece in it.
Gotcha.
That's enough. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? And
Gotcha.
it'll start promoting and marketing itself in these homes, and that's it.
Gotcha.
But I try to do artwork that's affordable for my demographics. I know my people. You know what I'm saying? And I also know, like, hey, my people be spending $1,500 on a tattoo. They damn sure can spend $3,000 on a paint.
Gotcha. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I go from there. And I only focus on artists that like people that like my shit. I don't try to do I don't do mass appeal stuff when I'm trying to get everybody to buy it or trying to find all these new collectors. All I'm trying to do is get my regular collectors to buy more work, and then they can introduce first time collectors to me, and then they can start up a price point, and then maybe next year they can afford a bigger or a larger amount, bigger price piece.
All right, man. These will be the last two. So, where do you see the future of art with? We got AI, we got all this tech stuff, we got Bitcoin. How do you see yourself fitting into this next generation of art?
That's interesting, man. I really don't want to fit into next generation art. I don't really want to do, like I think with the AI stuff, people gonna see the soullessness of it. It's not
Mm-hmm.
really soul in it. So like, I think it kind of helped art people make real art.
Mm-hmm.
So they be like, oh, it's AI, and then but it looks beautiful, it looks nice, but it's not that soul is missing out of the work, right? So it's just like I don't know. People want that real shit. Like our AI don't make texture.
Gotcha.
AI don't make like soul. AI don't make like it just don't have human the human touch to it. But also it makes people who don't know anything about art introduce them maybe to art too. It
Okay.
can be used as a good little marketing commercial. But
Bad. And last question: when are we gonna get you another big crit project?
oh shit, I love Chris. That's my
Yeah.
brother, man. He's the first person that put me in the studio.
Mm.
You know, but I hope so soon, man. I
Gotcha.
love Crit. I love Crit. That's my brother, man. And then when I link up, I get to listen to the music before it come out and
Dope.
stuff like
Dope.
that. I didn't have conversations like we having now,
Mm.
and they end up being songs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, that's pretty dope. But I hope I get to work with him soon again, man. That shit was dope. It was a good experience for me. I got to narrate that album.
Yep.
That shit was fly as hell, man. Then he dropped me. He put me in the verse.
Classic.
Yeah, man. I'm like, wow. So anytime he need me, I got his back 100%. It's not a question about that.
But I will say you were talking about like trying to understand the youth. I would definitely through the music because I listen to just with me making music, I try to stay up on all whatever new. And I came across this one dude, Laserdisc 700. They make a lot of ADHD rap stuff like that. But the access to like they can literally make albums on their phone. So they access. So literally, I always keep the young folks around. They'll keep you young and keep you inside.
I keep the young folks around me, but they still be hard to understand.
Yeah. Shoot, they can't understand. I've gotten to that point where shoot, they can't understand us too. So
yeah, so I want to get to a point where I don't want to be too old being the mentor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's time for like the people I mentor. It's time to be the mentors now. I'm getting to an age where it's a larger generation gap, and I don't want to be one of them old people. You know, trying to be cool and hip.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be that. I want to be an old man, like I'm supposed to be. Enjoy my days, and that's basically it. But it's getting to a point where, like, yeah, man, like it's hard for me to relate.
Gotcha.
So like some of the stuff now, their music I can relate to.
Gotcha.
Like I love their music. Like, like I love that the Tyler.
The Tyler. Oh man, he doing the band. Yep. Like it's the energy.
Yeah, I like his little player energy, man. I like that kid a lot. You know what I'm saying? So people like young people like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like old NBA young boy.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love Dirt. I like Dirt. I like anybody that I can fit. Like I love Kodak.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I love that, and I can in it kind of the music let me know something about their mentality.
Right. Right.
But you know.
Yes.
I don't want to sound preachy and shit, so I don't be trying to tell a lot of young people what to do.
Right, the Cosby, pull up your pants. Yeah.
Like, I don't be like that, man. So,
yeah.
But I do want them to know that, you know, I'm trying my best to understand them at times. And sometimes, like, I just don't understand. Some of the stuff, the conversation I have is like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this is how you think and how you process and see the world.
Right, right.
Yeah. But with the conversation I do have, do inspire me to try to bring balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Bring some kind of balance to it. Because I understand social illnesses. And I'm like, yo, some of y'all morals and standards and y'all sense of what loyalty means or y'all sense of honor is not present.
Mm-hmm.
And so but I love these young folks, man. I love them so much, man. That's why I can't stop doing what I'm doing right now. And everybody be like, you need to just like, why don't you just sell everything and leave and fuck that shit?
Who gonna take it over? I
wouldn't be doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I really don't want to do it, but who else is gonna do it?
Right.
I truly care. But at the same time, who else care? And if I'm the only one caring, then I'm delusional, and then it's time for me to give it up.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who cares or not. Because when I need the motherfuckers, they wasn't there. Mm-hmm. Trust me on that. Like, I've seen it in my own eyes, man. I've seen people turn on me that I never think turn on me.
Man.
And I'm like, wow, that's interesting shit. All the shit I done for you. And I'm not the type of person to say I did this for you or that. You never heard me say in the interview, I did this for this.
Right, right.
I don't do that shit. Whatever I do for you is between me and you. So if you didn't have my back when I thought you said have my back and you don't hear from me no more, I mean, it ain't nothing personal, man. I learned my lesson.
Gotcha.
And I moved on from it. That's it. Gotcha. Nothing more than that. You were my lesson.
There. So we're gonna close out, Gordon. Any last words? Pitching the My show? Like, what should we look forward to with that?
Yeah, the My show is gonna be Hidden Gallery over here. It's gonna be Old Rabbit, and I'm introducing Nina Baldwin.
Okay.
Gallery.
Okay.
It'll be in 3 spaces. I'm gonna see what's up with City of Ink. I don't know. Me and City Ink beefing right now. Like we beefing, man. I'm gonna be real. Me and City Ink beefing. And everybody know how I feel about City of Ink. It's something I created and I love.
Gotcha.
But me and City Ink beefing, man. Like we beefing. And yeah, I gotta see what the history, what's gonna be for City Ink. You know,
what?
Shop.
Okay.
Not the brand.
Gotcha.
That one little tattoo shop.
So what would it, if you can discuss it, and this will be the last question, what would it take to bring some resolution? Like, cause I always be like, yo, I'm one of the, what's that? Okay. All right. Okay.
Or let me put a board in place to run it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let me put some young minds in there that's really hungry for it. I think it's a time when you get a certain age, we got to step down.
Okay.
I don't believe that leaders should be old. I believe leaders are young, and we are the elders, and we give counsel to these young people. You know what I'm saying? I just think some people just don't want to, like I don't know if it's a power thing or just not afraid to give up position, but I know when it's time for me to step down.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, and I say that because my patience get low.
Gotcha.
And I'm tired of this shit. You know, patience get low. To be a leader, you gotta be patient. You gotta have grace. You gotta have, you know, empathy, and that shit gets lower and lower as the day go by for me. So it's like I love City of Ink. I love our crew, but man, we like the goddamn Five Heartbeats. You know, for real, like the Five Heartbeats of the Temptations.
Who
Like,
Leon?
Leon, David Ruffin. I ain't gonna say. I think
Yeah.
niggas know. Like, damn, bro, I'm trying to
Everybody come see you, Otis. Hey,
yeah, come see you, Otis.
Sometimes you gotta be blunt.
Ruffin.
Yeah.
You got your David Ruffin.
The artist struggle, man.
You got
Just
Eddie Kane's, and the whole thing is like if you look at the story of City of Ink, the founding members of City of Ink, and you look back at it, it's only me and Soul left, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And a few others that, you know, we got problems with. You know what I'm saying? But it just sucked, man. I love that place.
Well,
and I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do with City. I'm gonna do my show, but I gotta think about what I'm gonna do with City of Ink. Like I gotta think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got some information about some people, and it ain't no way. It's no healing from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like just to keep peace, we go our separate ways.
Gotcha.
So right now, it's like my focus is Nina Baldwin, Old Rabbit, Peter Street Station, the COI Social Club, Koi Social Club, Hidden Gallery, City Ink's Destiny. We're gonna see what happens. Maybe we can put in a movie one day.
Hey,
you know, a City Ink movie or something. But City Ink is the foundation, and it just fucked up that you can't. The men that work at City should never, ever, 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 ever be grouped with a few niggas.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? We got Melvin Todd that came out of there. We got Ricky Havoc that came out of there. We got Andrew Blooms and
Roger,
Cake,
all the
like good people came out of there, right? We can't let a few people tarnish that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not fair to anybody that really put in work and years of sacrifice on it. That let a few people, you know, when I say few, I'm talking about like maybe like 3 out of.
Gotcha.
You got to think about it. 3 people out of how many? It's not. We shouldn't be grouped.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be grouped. And you already know what it is. Like we black men and black women understand the difference between a creepy nigga and a nigga that's really out here trying to make it for his family. I think we know. And I don't think we should take advantage, like motherfuckers jumping comments and, oh my God, you did this. When you try to have good intentions, when you got my phone number, I don't respect that shit. Because you got my number, you can talk to me personally.
Gotcha.
You know, you can reach out to me and shit. I do respect the ladies that did come to me last week, though. Y'all know who y'all are. Thank y'all ladies for coming to me. Trust me, it was heated, but I heard it.
Gotcha.
And I processed it. And I truly understand now that my perspective of myself is not the reality of how other people see me all the time.
Gotcha.
I look at myself as just a person, keep his head down out the way, and they looking at me like, you the boss, you this, you that. I don't look at myself as that. I look at myself as I'm sharing my blessings. That's nothing more than that. I'm not the leader. You know what I'm saying? I never said I was a leader to nothing. I said I got some blessings. I want to share it, and we do it together and come up with policies and rules and all these things together to create culture. It ain't a Maya show. Gotcha. It's a community show. And I'm just happen to be the one that got blessed, so I'm sharing it. I don't need all this shit. I don't need all this room.
Right. Yeah. So I'll say I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your art and the impact that it's had on my life. And once again, you're not even. I would dip down to Houston for about 3 years, and it's all like I was singing the praises. Like you're not getting this into. I don't. If there is another place like this, I ain't heard about it. So definitely thank you for that. And thank you for the impact that you've had. Have your name out there and the brand that you are with City of Ink at Peter Street. So, and thank you once again for the yearly anniversary shows. So it's come out.
I hope I get to do another one, man. I'm working on it. Like I say, me and City got some things to do. And I ain't talking about the brand City
Gotcha.
Ink. I'm talking about, so people confuse City Ink as a business. It wasn't a business, it was collective.
Gotcha.
Just like the Dungeon family or any other family or crew, the City Ink was a crew. And then it turned into a business, and some of the members in the crew just don't know how to fucking act. Like, goddamn, and don't put me in the category of the motherfucker I ain't been around in 13, 14 years. I don't know what the fuck they doing. Don't they say a new person every 5 years somebody new or something?
Yep.
That means, damn, if 13 years went by, I don't even know this person.
Right.
And this person know what I'm talking about because I said it to you. I don't even know you now, nigga.
Gotcha.
But, you know, I'm just trying to get to a point where there's no hatred.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hate nobody. I just want to distance myself from anybody that don't share the same moral code as I do, man or woman.
Gotta have a code.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta have a code.
Shout out to Omar Little.
Nothing to me, man. A woman without a code is nothing to me.
Amen to that. So man, that's been it. This has been another episode of Figuring Out. Thank you to the homie Miya Bailey. Appreciate you, my brother. And that's it.
Peace. Thank you, man.
No problem. Thank you.
It's an honor, man.
Sure.